back after Dover. Now you're just 55 back. Can you feel the momentum building on this team? I mean, you're a veteran. Do you feel a championship run coming here?
No, I don't really feel it. We're doing the same thing every race that we did preparing for Daytona. We've got a great race team here, and we're just taking it a week at a time and trying to maximize, every race, every finishing position is, equals points, and that's what we're trying to do week in and week out.
So you don't focus on the championship then? It's just a week-to-week thing?
I don't know how you focus on the championship. We started focusing on the championship before we went to Daytona in February, and whatever that is what we do. And so I don't see how you change that. Yeah. And I mean, somebody said, when are you, do you start thinking points yet? And I was like, well, we really in January.
February.
Yeah, in January and February we start thinking it, and it's not the last race of the season that makes you or breaks you. Yeah. It's every one of them, and we're taking every one and trying to do the best we can with them.
You guys had a great run here in June, finished second, but didn't bring back the same car. Why was that?
Because I'm dumb, and I've proved that over and over again. We're trying to do better, and I know we had a great finishing position, but I didn't think that we ran that great. I looked back and watched it on TV, and it looked like we did, but I still don't feel that we ran as good as we needed to. So we're trying harder. We have a better car, we think, and I think it handles better, but I think it'll be a chore to finish the same or better as we did last time. Brakes just have to go our way.
Yeah. We've had rain here in the last little bit, Mark. How do you think that will change the racetrack when you guys do go back racing?
I hope the sun stays out. I think that'll play in our favor. I think we have a good long haul set up on our car, and I believe that we'll be strong if we get that, and if we don't, we get caution after caution after caution. It's going to be tough.
Yeah. Second place man in points there, Alan. Mark Martin.
And under the red flag, Mark shows in the 11th position right now. Next weekend, it's Brickyard 400 week, and we've got coverage for you from top to bottom. Blood pole qualifying for the Brickyard is Saturday 11 Eastern on TNT. Then the Busch Series race from Indianapolis Raceway Park, presented by Midas, next Saturday night. Next Sunday on NBC, 2 Eastern Time. Coverage of the 9th running of the Brickyard 400. NASCAR on TNT is live at Pocono Raceway in Pennsylvania as Pep Boys presents the Pennsylvania 500. Just joining us, expecting to see the final laps of this race and the exciting finish.
Look at them, Indian file.
You haven't missed much.
They're all drafting.
Yeah. Let's show you what's happened so far. The news is we're only 27 laps into this race. It has been an eventful 27 laps to this point. Morgan Shepherd is your leader as a result of not pitting under the caution when everybody else just did. Joe Nemechek stopped as the caution came out that led to a red flag.
There's their pollster, Bill Elliott back in 8th spot. 11 through 20, Mark Martin, Jarrett, Johnson, Ricky Craven, 14th after he was involved in the first lap crash. Just superficial damage.
These are the way they sit under the red flag right now. Mike Wallace in that 14 car this week here at Pocono, replacing Stacy Compton.
Last week's winner, Ward Burton, back in 29th spot, checking 31 through 40. Robbie Gordon with those bad ankles back in 33rd. Jeffrey Bodine in that Discover car, 31st.
And the final three are those who've made most of the headlines so far in this race. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has just come back from the garage area as the red flag came out. He's 24 laps down in 41st place. Rusty Wallace's crew still working on his car. Steve Park is retired from the event. Lap number 1, just off the first corner, trouble.
Steve Park makes contact with Rusty Wallace, and Ricky Craven and Dale Earnhardt get together with Steve. And look at them just bulldoze and snowplow the car right into the inside guardrail, knocking out about 100 feet off that metal rail. Steve Park up in the air, tumbling, but luckily both drivers were okay. Junior jumped out of his car and rushed over to the Pennzoil car to make sure that Steve was okay. He finally stepped aside. The rescue workers go in there and pull Steve out of the car.
And Steve is just fine, which is great news because that was a very scary crash. An hour and 5 red flag to clean up and fix that guardrail. We ran to lap 25, and then the rain started falling. They parked them at lap 27 because of the rain and haven't moved an inch since.
Now, we go back to that shot you saw just a moment ago when we came back on the air. Of trucks and jet dryers on the speedway trying to get this thing dried off.
Good news is the sun is out. Bad news is an awful lot of water was dumped on this racetrack, and we are still yet a bit away from the resumption of the Pennsylvania 500. Let's go to Marty.
Well, Al and I have found Dave Blaney, who made a great, well, you didn't make the call. Ryan made the call for 2 tires on that last stop, so that means you're up in 4th. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't do anything.
Hey, you drove the car to pit road and then left pit road. That was good.
Actually, the car's pretty good. We were creeping forward that whole time during that green run, and we need a little bit help with the car, but we need a little track position too. So I think he made a good call, but we'll find out a little bit here. Long day yet, so.
Yeah, definitely a long day today, huh? And let's put on your promoter hat real quick. You got a World of Outlaws race at your track on Wednesday. So let me think, if this rains out, we got to run tomorrow, you're really in trouble, aren't you? You put you behind today at least.
No, I don't have to do anything over there to get ready. Those guys will have that place ready, and I'll show up Wednesday and count the people in the stands probably.
Is that fun for you to do that?
It's been fun this year. Our family's probably been pleasantly surprised. My mom, dad, my brother Dale, and his wife have done a ton of work, and we're just we're sitting back and learning how to race from that side of things.
It seems like this team, the 77 team, has really turned the corner. You guys are communicating better, it appears. You can tell it on the radio.
Well, for sure. The whole Jasper team's getting better and better. They've been building new cars after new cars, and Ryan and I are getting better as far as knowing what to get me, what I can work with, and I knew that was just going to be a matter of time. So I'll tell you, we're not far from having a very good team. So we'll keep improving on it.
And he currently sits 4th, and I hope for your sake and everyone's we race today, don't you?
Did I hear something about you wanting to drive an outlaw car?
No, that was Matt. Although I think we are going to do a school in Phoenix. So Wally's supposedly going to take us around, and that kind of concerns me.
Yeah, I'm afraid both of you might be way underqualified, but that's all right.
That was at you, Mr. Dollenbach.
Yeah,
How about that?
He's absolutely right.
All right. Dave, I believe, is our next guy up. Dave?
That would be me, Marty, with Mike Skinner, driver of the Kodak Chevrolet, who's missing a little something here. His Maui Jim sunglasses, which he normally has, he doesn't have with him. So this is an unusual shot. Take a look at Mike Skinner there. This is unusual.
I had to make him get in the back, make the sun behind me, because if I turn around, I'll be looking at you with my eyes all squinchy. But I miss my Maui Jims right now. I'll be getting them as soon as we get back over to our car.
All right, that sounds good. Your car, by the way, is running 30th right now. You came in for a pit stop. Changes good on the car?
I think so. I mean, we really haven't had a chance to try it out yet. Chris Carrier and the guys, they made some air pressure adjustments, and I think we got a car that's tunable. We really struggled ever since we got here, which usually run pretty good here, and something happened in the engine yesterday in happy hour, and they had to change engines, so we started shotgun, and we're moving forward. So as long as we're doing that, I'm happy, and I think Chris and those guys can adjust this race car. I think we can end up with a good finish. We just keep the fenders on it and stay out of trouble.
Is this the first time this year that the one-engine rules kind of bit you?
No, it's bit us 3 or 4 times. Just unfortunate little crazy things. But it's the hard part of the rule is we've broke a couple of motors before qualifying. Well, even if you break before qualifying and you qualify with another engine, you still have to start in the back. So that part of it, I think, could be refined a little bit. But all in all, the thing seems to be working good with the one motor rule. I think it's saving some of these car owners a lot of money, which in turn saves sponsors money, which is all good. Driver-wise, I want that big steam to qualify with, but we can't have it. So
we'll pass along your suggestion to Mr. Helton. How's that?
Maybe, do that and tell him that Jimmy Spencer said that's what we need to do.
Oh, well.
Don't tell him that I said it, because I don't want to get in a lot of trouble with Mr. Hilton. I try to stay on his good side all I can.
Okay, Bill, it's Spencer that we need to tell Helton about. Spencer, not Skinner. Okay, Bill?
Thank you, Dave. With Mike Wallace, and for you fans at home during the last commercial break, Benny Parsons says, find out if Mike Wallace is driving at Indy. Find out if Mike Wallace is driving at Indy. This is Mike Wallace. You driving at Indy?
Yeah, I'm driving at Indy.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Going to run the Conseco Pontiac up there for AJ Foyt and Mike Hillman and the whole group. And we actually tested up there Tuesday and Wednesday and ran, I think, fairly well, and look forward to going back there next week.
So you've got a 2-race deal, as they say.
Well, I think that's what I'm told. This has all been thrown together, honestly, at the very last minute. I mean, we had talked about taking, when I say we, they, meaning AJ Foyt Racing, had talked about taking 2 cars to the Brickyard. That's what I went and tested, was for a second car. And things change. Got the opportunity to run here at Pocono, and I'd like to thank the Conseco folks. It's a step up, so I'm going to step up to the table here and try to get the job done.
So let me in on something. During, while the guys were going through inspection here on Friday morning, there was no real driver hanging around that car. I know you were here, but what was going on there?
They just have situations that needed to get squared away, I guess, and opportunity about 10 o'clock or 10:15 came for me to drive the car and slid in the seat and had to work on that a little bit, put a porta power to it yesterday a little bit. That's the hardest part about getting in someone's car, that seats aren't that comfortable. And I think as Wally said the other day, I heard him say Elliott was talking about getting a seat to fit you really good in a glove, and then if somebody gives you a ride, you'll sit on anything, But for today's race, we worked on it and made it a lot better. And we had a flat tire at the first of the race there. We had to come down pit road on that first caution, put 4 on, got us to the back, come back, put 2 tires on. Great call by Mike and the guys. And, we're 19th, 20th, something like that, and I think we'll be pretty decent.
And, Mike, you are auditioning not only for this ride, but maybe for something else.
Oh, without a doubt. I'm looking for a ride for next year, and, would like to have a full-time Winston Cup program. I have my Busch Car National program with Biaggi Brothers. We're going to run that at IRP next week, and but trying to do the best we can. You got this job tied up, so I can't get that. And Benny and Alan and Wally got that, but we'll see what we can do.
We'll be watching. Best of luck.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, let's go back up to the guys in the nice, comfortable booth.
I don't know. I don't know if I have mine tied up. Mike knows something I don't. Benny in the pits. What's that?
Salutes the troops.
Yeah. Benny's Hotel.
Where's your hotel at?
Where's Benny's Hotel?
I don't know.
Is it?
I don't know.
There a guy. It's been renamed. It's the Bates Motel. All right. We'll be back to Pocono in a minute.
Every Monday night, New York's toughest cop is back. See the drama of Witchblade. Every Monday night at 9. Only on TNT.
Still drying the track out here at Pocono, trying to get the Pennsylvania 500 underway. Let's see. There was a plate of 3 hot dogs here. There's just one left. But I know I haven't had anything to eat. So, Matt, give me a break here. I need to have something to eat.
Well, Alan, let's talk to the 4-time NASCAR Winston Cup champion, Jeff Gordon. You've been up debriefing with Robbie Loomis. The sun's out. We've had rain today, so you compound that. Is that an advantage or disadvantage for you?
I hope it's an advantage. Typically when the track gets really slick, gets a lot of rubber down, usually the DuPont Chevrolet is pretty good. We're just stuck in a bunch of traffic right now, and those first 27 laps weren't a lot of fun, but hopefully we can get some track position. We need the long green flag runs. I heard Mark Martin talking about that. We're the same way. We need long green flag runs, and we'll, I think slowly but surely work our way to the front. It's a 500-mile race. We hope we get all 500 in, because I think we can be a factor in this race at the end of the day.
Now, when you look back to last year, you were on such a run during the summer months. You were in the zone, as you said before. A lot of guys in the garage are worried once you break through and get a win that you guys are going to be back in the zone.
Yeah, that go-kart race we had last night gave me a little confidence. So
we can't really talk. We can't say who won, but we will say you scored a top 4 finish.
I'm not saying about who won. I just got a lot of confidence coming off that race last night. But no, this is you got to work hard and just stay after it. You can't get frustrated. We've had a lot of moments where maybe we could build some momentum from it, or we've had moments that we could really tear ourselves down. And this team has stayed solid through all the ups and downs that we've gone through this year. It just doesn't seem like when we get the great cars that are capable of winning that we can capitalize on it, and we hope that we can start doing that. I know we're capable of it, but